be ready for any opportunity to come. But definitely tonight, when I heard that news, just another guard down, I figured it's time for me to step up if I get my chance. And obviously, I stayed locked in.
You had that look of a guy whose adrenaline really kicked in, whether it was that dunk, whether it was the way you stepped into the deep threes with confidence, even on that last play, the last defensive play. Do you sort of feel it a little more in these moments? I mean, is this sort of one of those games you look back on and you just say, man, I was just fired up and ready to go?
Yeah, well, that's honestly all my teammates. K Nunn made that last defensive play. I was just lucky to be in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's all the guys telling me and having all the confidence in the world in me. Every time I get on the court, Jimmy says, every time I pass you the ball, shoot the ball. So just having him have that confidence in me is extremely helpful and gives me confidence. So all the guys on the team just build each other up and really make me feel at home out there. And when you're playing with no weight on your shoulders, it's easy.
Where does this stand sort of in your career moments? I know you haven't had a chance to fully digest it, but you're talking about a team down 3 main guards, starting a 7-game trip, trying to get back to a winning record. Sort of how does this rate in the Max Strus moments? Thank you.
Definitely up there. It might be number one. I've had some good moments in my career, but especially to get it, like you said, starting this road trip off with a win and just stepping up when the team needed me is something I'm happy about and something I hope I can keep continuing to do for the team.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Barry Jackson.
Hi, Max. A couple of things. I wondered who growing up did you watch where you patterned any aspect of your game after a particular NBA player? Anyone you admired either as a kid, a teenager, while in college?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't watch a lot of the NBA growing up. I'd say I was more of a Kobe fan, but growing up, I watched a lot of college basketball, and being from the Midwest, I watched a lot of the Big Ten. So it was guys like Nick Stauskas at Michigan, just, guys that could shoot the ball on the wing. A lot of the college players, just growing up watching them and try to model my game after that. And then recently it's just been guys like Joe Harris and, JJ Redick, Duncan, obviously going to fill that role of, being a shooter. So just watching that guys and learning from them everything I can.
And besides having confidence just on your own, who over the years has been sort of in your ear to boost your confidence? Was there someone after you were cut by Boston who told you you can be an NBA player, who sort of has helped boost what you think you can be?
There's definitely multiple ears, but I got to say my family. I got the best family in the world. And anytime I'm going through something or anytime I need something, my family is always there for me. My parents, my brother, my sister, and then I got a great support group, close friends and family that are always there for me and believe in me the most, and they're always there to fall back on.
Thank you.
Next, we have Anthony Chang.
Hey, Max, we were just talking to Coach Spo, and he was recalling a day recently where you put in 5 workouts on a game day between shoot around and then after the game as well. What's this experience been like, kind of being in this program, and where do you think you've made the biggest, the most progress in as far as your game in the past few months?
Yeah. Like the 5 workouts thing is just me trying to stay ready. I just do whatever it takes to, keep putting in work and be the hardest worker and just always be ready for any opportunity to arise. But I'd say defensively, I think I've made some strides. I definitely have a lot of room to improve, but I think I've gotten better and I'm starting to learn a lot of the more as I play more, just a lot of the more NBA continuities that are all the same with a lot of teams. So just adjusting to that and getting better defensively.
Up next, we have Tim Reynolds.
Max, if I remember right, in the preseason game over in Tampa, I think you got a lot of run in that game.
Yeah.
At that time, do you remember? It was a year ago, so I apologize. But it feels like a year ago anyway. How real did you think this opportunity was for you? Did you really think that you'd have an opportunity to play real minutes with this team going forward at that time?
I knew my hard work would pay off at some point. To be honest, to be doing this early in the season, I probably didn't expect that. But it's a weird year and there's a lot of weird things going on. So you just got to be ready. And like he said earlier, I work extremely hard to put myself in the situation to, be ready for these type of opportunities that come up, and I'll be ready at any moment. You know, whatever the coach wants me to do and it gives me the time, I'll be ready.
In a quote unquote normal time, you would have been probably at Disney right now in the bubble, you know, playing with Sioux
Yeah.
Falls. How
Yeah,
fortunate do you
down probably with the G
feel?
League, right?
How fortunate do you feel for this opportunity? Thanks, man.
I can't. It's the perfect opportunity and perfect timing. You know, I believe in myself to the fullest and knew that I'm going to be an NBA player eventually. I'm just getting that opportunity to show it now.
Up next, we have Will Manso.
Hey, Max, we've seen already a few times early in your career, you're not afraid to take it to the basket. And I think sometimes, you know, as a shooter, you kind of live out there in three-point land, but you've shown that ability. And tonight you actually had the one big finish. Where does that come from? And what did it feel like to throw that one down tonight?
It was awesome. I've always been kind of athletic. As I've continued to grow and mature, I've gained a lot of athleticism. And I think that honestly separates me from a lot of people that are categorized as shooters. That I have that athletic ability and can defend on the other end. So, yeah, I've just always been an athlete, and I like dunking, to be honest with you. It's fun, and I'm never going to stop enjoying that.
Next, we have Joe with Heat.com.
Hey, Max, how tough was your rehab from your knee injury last year, and how has that fueled and motivated you this season as you take advantage of every opportunity you've been given?
Yeah, that was a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you. Really, you know, knocked me down, but kind of helped me visualize where I can be and where I fit in the NBA. And, you know, before I thought I was going to be an all-around player, but I realized that in order to get my chance, I got to be a knockdown shooter. And coming back from ACL surgery, I realized that I got to be a knockdown shooter, and I put in the work. And as you can see, it's starting to show off, and I'm only going to keep continuing to get better.
Thank you.
Next, we have Nick with WSVN Channel 7.
Hey, Max, in terms of this game, you know, starting off a 7-game road trip, how important was it to start this long road trip with a win, even if it's, you know, if you guys consider it ugly or in the mud, just how crucial was it for you guys to start off this long trip with a win?
Win's a win. We'll take any win at any night. But definitely crucial to start this one off with a win. It's going to be a long road trip. I think we're on the road for 13 days or 7 games. So it's got to be a lot of time together. And obviously the mood and the energy is always better when you're coming off a win. So good thing we got to start it with a win and keep moving on forward from here and hopefully continue to get more.
All right, with the last question, we got Zach Allen with ESPN Radio Houston.
Hey, Max, tonight you had a great game, man. You played about 25 minutes, 21 points, 5 3-pointers made. How does it feel to stay ready at any given cost? And you talked about the confidence Jimmy Butler has given you, but how does it feel to stay ready and step up in a moment like this?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but it's something that it's honestly a skill that you just learn over time. You know, there's been multiple guys on our team that have gone through that situation. You know, guys like Kendrick Nunn, who was averaging 25 a game and then sat for 2 weeks, and then we came back in the next game at 19. You know, we all work extremely hard on our craft and are ready at any given moment to be put in those situations to help the team win.
All right, Max, thank you.
Thank you.